night is the Rangers Journal night.
Hello, this is the Rangers Journal. My name is Doug, and this is the Lowdown on our opponents for the day Saturday, the 22nd of February, St Mirren, back in the SPL. I'm going to go straight into this one and have a look at the current form of the two teams. Rangers, only one loss in the recent games, which was our unfortunate match against Queen's Park. The less said about that, the better. St Mirren, okay. Form in their recent games, 2 draws in their last sort of 6, but just outside of that, there was a run of games without a victory and a few losses as well. Form has been a little bit up and down for St Mirren this season, leaving them to be in their position of 6th currently. It's around about where they finished last season, and probably around about where they will finish this season. Played 26, they've won 9, goal difference of -9, and 31 points, which Rangers still sitting in second. Played 26. 117, goal difference of 34, and points of 56. In terms of our head-to-head games, St Mirren did get the best of us in our last match, 2-1. Other than that, Rangers have tended to win their games against St Mirren, although they tend to be tight games. So there's a couple of 2-1s in there, 1-0 and a 2-0. So St Mirren usually giving a good account of themselves in these matches, and obviously with our form, we never know how we'll turn out in games. So this is a home match for Rangers, so hopefully more likely that the better side will turn up. In terms of St Mirren, though, let's have a look at what we can expect to see from them. They've been playing a flexible 3-5-2 system that they do move around slightly. They do tend to keep the 3 at the back, but they can sometimes move into sort of a 4-1-2 or play sort of a 3-5-1, 3-4. 1-2, 0-1-1, things of that kind of setup to narrow themselves up if they want to restrict space across the pitch. The 3 wins that were in their recent games are their only 3 in their last 9 matches. They've been struggling to keep clean sheets, in part due to the fact that they've conceded the most penalties this season, up to 7. So that could be a good sign for us in terms of potentially getting another penalty, which would be very few and far between this season for Rangers. In terms of their centre-back set, they have Gogic, who's a very strong centre-back. I know there's a few Rangers fans who are actually a fan of him as well. He'll tend to be the main man in their defence. Sometimes he'll play the ball out, although they do tend to play direct and builds up directly, kicking the ball from the goalkeeper. His distribution can be a little bit erratic, but will generally distribute it long. With St Mirren looking to get their second balls and play from there, from the width, with their sort of wing backs pushing up, trying to catch on balls and then deliver crosses into their sort of tall men up front. Although they would do occasionally just say come out and build through the middle and try to use their striker's pace in Olasanya, who's been playing quite well for them this season. They will look to exploit that pace, but when they do so, they can be prone to turnovers. Particularly when the wingers over tuck in and leave space, therefore, in the wide areas, which Rangers would be good to exploit if they can, with the sort of the more technical prowess we have our wings with Hadji and Cherney. In terms of St Mirren's main danger men, obviously I've mentioned Olisanya, and he's been playing really well for them this season, 7 goals and an assist in his 25 matches, which is pretty good for sort of St Mirren's level. He's got 48 fouls committed and 92% of his tackles won. So, he's quite a combative player as well. He can win fouls to help St Mirren get up the field and earn some set pieces, which they'll look to take advantage of with their taller players, like Gogic, who are good in the air. But he can also commit fouls quite a lot in that. So it can be a way to get the ball back from St Mirren if you put him under a bit more pressure. Further back in the midfield, Mark O'Hara has been a good player for them this year. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists so far in the Premiership from his 21 matches, 74% tackles won, and 26 successful crosses, which is one of the better tallies in the league. So he's got quite a good foot on him in terms of getting cross balls in, again, to the sort of taller, stronger players if they get set pieces or the opportunity to whip balls in from their build-up play. In terms of the Rangers 11, again, there's not really much to say. I don't think We learned that Sutter's got an injury, so I would expect Proper to come in to cover him. Other than that, the 11 probably looks the same as it normally does under Clement this season. I've left Lawrence in there. He does seem to like Lawrence. He's kept him in the European squad, and so he perhaps will look to build up some more minutes for him with him back from injury so that he can be useful during the season. It doesn't seem like he's particularly looking to play the younger players, which is an opportunity I know a lot of people would like to see him do, given the league games are kind of meaningless in terms of winning a trophy. And Lawrence, we all expect, will be leaving at the end of the season. Therefore, maybe why not try playing players like Rice or play Hadji in the middle and perhaps play Curtis out in the wing. But I don't know if I really expect him to do that, as that's not really within his way of doing things. So yeah, I expect to see kind of maybe Lawrence keeping his pace to build up more minutes in that forward area. In terms of game changers for Rangers, I think we see a game from the captain. Pulling the team forward and injecting a little bit of drive into the team. We were looking for them to respond after the Queen's Park game against Hearts, and we didn't really get that. They were a little bit mired, a little bit slow still, and Hearts really dominated that game. And we were lucky that one of their defenders was doing all the striking on our behalf to get us a couple of goals to the good to make the game more comfortable than it probably should have been. So I'd like to see Tav, as I say, playing more to his attacking best. This is St Mirren give away a lot of penalties, so maybe he can get a penalty in there, get a goal in there. He's got the most assists in the squad with 10 assists in the league, 10 assists in all competitions thus far. He has got 4 goals. So the stats are creeping back up into the normal sort of areas as well. 79% pass accuracy, 71% tackles won, created 50 chances for the team. Interceptions and recoveries are both high as well. So he has been getting back to sort of better levels of play. And I think we need a sort of a more vintage performance for him to help push the team on and, as I say, get the best out of them for this match. In terms of predictions, so predicted 2-1 for the Hearts game. We ended up 3-1, so we got a right result, but wrong score for that one. For the St Mirren game, I'm going to say 3-0 in this one. I put the score the wrong way around. I'm going to say 3-0 to Rangers. I think we are at home, and we do tend to play better at home. So I'll say hopefully things will be a little bit more comfortable. We'll be a little bit more ourselves and on top with the crowd behind us, and that'll help us to push on and have a better game. If it was away, maybe that 3-0 scoreline wouldn't be as absurd, but as I say, thankfully that's just a typo on my regard there. So that's our lowdown for St Mirren. Not a lot of exciting things to say about St Mirren. They're not a super exciting team. Sitting smack bang in the middle of the table, I think, is a perfect reflection of the kind of average season that they're having. They probably were looking to build a little on what they've done last season, but they're kind of, as I say, having a bit of up and down times in terms of form. I think, being it's a home game, we should go into this looking to get a decent scoreline. Maybe see Danilo up here at some point as well. He's back in the options to be picked again. And I'd like to see him get minutes so that we can push towards the European game now that we've got the draw with Fenerbahce, which is going to be a tough game. So we need to get our players firing on all cylinders. To say, league games are kind of a bit of a damp squib now. It's hard to get excited for them. We just need to look for decent performances and get some good goals so we can at least end the season on a bit of a decent run. And as I say, hopefully keep the players' confidence up for the European matches, of which we've got at least 2 to play. But we'll see how things go. We'll be doing an extra special live lowdown in the coming week or so for the European matches, so do look out for that. Otherwise, I'll be back with a standard lowdown for the next league match. So thanks again for watching. My name's been Doug. You've been watching the Rangers Journal, and please remember that every night is a Rangers Journal night. Goodbye.